Good morning students, welcome back to my channel Physics Point. So on moving forward, this is my 21st lecture on electrostatic, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the topic of equipotential surface. So before I shall begin my topic, let me recall you can download all my video lectures in the PDF formats from the link given in the description box, and if you want to get all the links of the videos together, you can also follow me on Telegram for the recent updates on my videos. So let's begin with our topic, and today's topic will be the last topic on potential. So let's see what does equipotential surface mean. This topic is basically included for a very short questions, means no long questions have been asked from this topic. Usually 1 marks or 2 marks questions are generally asked from this topic, equipotential surface. Try to understand the name itself. What does it says? Equi means equal, and potential means such surface on which potential is same everywhere. They are only known as equipotential surfaces. That means we can write definition as a surface on which electric potential is same everywhere is called equipotential surface. I think you got the definition. Definition is very easy. A surface on which electric potential is same everywhere, it is called only equipotential surface. Now let me draw an example to make you proper understanding. Suppose this is a conductor and I had given some charge to this conductor. Now see, as I give some charge to this conductor, now because of this charge there will be some potential of this conductor, and we have seen in our last lecture potential of the conductor is that is kq upon, if this is radius r, so distance will be r. Suppose this is point A, potential at point A. Now if I talk about point B, what will be the potential? I think it will also remain kq upon r. This is the point B potential. Suppose this is point C, and if I am to calculate the potential at this point, so it will be kq by r, potential at C. So you will see that at every point on this conductor, I am gaining the same potential. Means there is no change in the potential on this surface. So this surface is itself an equipotential surface. So if I have to give an example, what are the example of equipotential surface? So you can say that a charged conductor. A charged conductor is example of equipotential surface. Remember that. So suppose if this conductor, it is given 10 volt charge. I have charged this conductor up to 10 volt. So this point A will be 10 volt. This point B, it will be also 10 volt. Point C, it will be also 10 volt. D will be also 10 volt. So all the points which I am taking on this conductor, they all will be of same potential. So it will behave as an equipotential surface. So the main thing is we have to see some properties of these equipotential surfaces, and questions are generally asked from that properties only. So let's see. So let's move to the first property. So first property is that the potential at every point on equipotential surface remains same. It's a very simple property. Already this property is discussed in the definition itself, that if this is a conductor and I am saying that it is equipotential surface, which only means that the potential at every point on this equipotential surface will remain same. So moving to the second point. Now this is very important point. Second one is the potential difference the potential difference between 2 points on equipotential surface is always 0. I think this point will be also clear to you. I am saying that potential difference. Now see, if potential is same everywhere, then the difference of the 2 point will be 0. Just consider the 2 point on this. Let this be point A and this be point B. So if I take potential difference, that is VA minus VB. So if this is also same and this both quantities are similar, so their difference will always be 0. So remember that potential difference is always 0 because potential is same everywhere on the surface. Now third one is also very important. It is related to work done. So the work done in moving a charge on equipotential surface is also 0. How can we say that? See, if you remember, work is given as charge into potential difference. So work, suppose this is a conductor and it is an equipotential surface. These are the 2 points, point A and this is point B. This is complete an equipotential surface. I have to move a charge Q naught from point A to point B. I have to move a charge from point A to point B. So my work done will be charge into potential difference. So logically my work done will be, I can write it here, charge is Q naught and potential difference is VB minus VA. Now see here, both are same because it is an example of equipotential surface. So VB is equal to VA, so their difference will be 0. So if their difference will be 0, so your work done will also be 0. So this is very important point which you have to remember, because in questions they never write the term equipotential. They just give you an example, just like a conductor is there, what will be the work done. So try to remember, a charged conductor is itself an equipotential surface. So whenever they talk about the charged conductor, it is an equipotential surface. There is potential is same everywhere. Potential difference will be 0. So the work done will also be 0. Let's move to the next properties. So next property is that no two equipotential surfaces will intersect each other. If you remember, we have discussed this point in electric field also. Electric field lines never intersect each other. Similarly, no two equipotential surfaces will intersect each other. Now the question arises, why? Why they never intersect each other? See at the reason. So see the reason. If they intersect, which is not possible, if we suppose that the two surfaces intersect, then at the intersection point there will be two values of the same potential. What I am saying, equipotential surfaces are having same potential, and if two different surfaces intersect each other, then how can be they have same value, there are different values for the same potential? So such things is not possible. So we say that two equipotential surfaces never intersect each other. So let's move to our fifth point. These equipotential surfaces are always perpendicular with the electric field lines, or we can say the electric field E is always perpendicular on an equipotential surface. they are always perpendicular on an equipotential surface. Again the question arises, why we can say that? So see the reason. See, as we know, for equipotential surface, one thing we know it very carefully, for equipotential surface, your delta V, that is change in potential, is 0, because on equipotential surface potential remains same. And since we know one more property, delta V equals to minus of E dr. If you remember the relationship between potential and electric field, delta V equals to E dr. So therefore by this concept we can say that E dr will also be equal to 0. If delta V is 0, then delta V equals to minus E dr. So on equating these two, E dr is 0. So see, since electric field never be 0 and distance can also never be 0, then how these two product can give 0? So we know that E dr, on removing this dot, we will get a cos theta equals to 0. So when theta is 0, cos theta is 0 only when theta is 90 degree. So when theta, that means the electric field and the surface, they are perpendicular in that case on the equipotential surface. So just see, you will get it very carefully. So moving to our next point, 6th point. What the 6th point implies? This equipotential surface help us to find the direction of electric field also. Means with the help of this equipotential surfaces we can find the direction. See, the spacing between the surfaces, equipotential surfaces, the spacing between the equipotential surface. Now the spacing between equipotential surface will be lesser or more depending on the electric field. So this space will be lesser for strong electric field. Remember, this point will be very much useful to draw the pattern of equipotential surface. It is said that the spacing between the equipotential surface will be lesser for the strong electric field. Means where the electric field is strong, the space between the surface is less, and where the electric field is weak, the space between the surface will be more. How can we say that? So again see the reason. So the reason is here that as our delta V or V, it remain constant because we are talking about equipotential surface. So we can say that E dr is equal to constant quantity, or we can also say that dr is inversely related to E. Just look this thing, dr is the distance and E is the electric field. If we are talking about equipotential surfaces, means potential remain constant. So in that case, distance between the surface is inversely related to electric field. So the point is stated that the space between the surface will be less. This value of dr will be less if electric field is strong, and if electric field is less, the space between the surface will be more. Just vice versa case. So moving forward, the properties we have discussed, all 6 properties you must remember. Now we will see how this equipotential surface look like. So we will take different cases and try to understand the geometry of this equipotential surface. Now first of all, my first point is, for a point charge, a single isolated charge is given. Now for this charge I have to draw equipotential surface. So let me consider, suppose this is a positive charge and we know that electric field lines will be moving outward from this charge. These arrow representing the electric field line. Now I have to draw equipotential surfaces. So the geometry of equipotential surface will be such that, now see, this dotted line which I am drawing here, this dotted line is at this collection of the point is at same distance from the charge. So at every point on this circle your potential will remain same, so it will behave as an equipotential surface. Similarly, you can draw another equipotential surface also. So this geometry which I am drawing here with a dotted line, this line represents your equipotential surface. So what is the nature of this equipotential surface? You can easily see they are spherical. So if I talk about point charge, then for point charge your equipotential surface are spherical in shape. Now see very carefully here, electric field. These electric field lines are making an angle of 90 degree with the equipotential surface. As we have seen in our properties also, electric field lines are always perpendicular to the equipotential surfaces. So just remember this thing, that for a point charge your equipotential surfaces are spherical in shape. So second one is, so our second condition is for an electric dipole. So just consider a dipole. As you remember, dipole means two charges, two equal charges, but opposite polarity, positive and negative, equally magnitude, opposite in polarity. So let me first draw electric field lines. Electric field line will be from positive to negative. So this will be the geometry of electric field line. Now we have to draw equipotential surface for this geometry. Now see, so this circular pattern which I am drawing here, these are my equipotential surfaces. These surfaces are also spherical in shape, but you will see one thing, a little different pattern I am drawing here. These surfaces are concentrated here, but they are separated at this part. Remember, I have told you these equipotential surfaces decreases. The space between them is less where the electric field is strong. Means between these two charges, electric field is very high, so the space between the surface is less. And on this side, electric field is less, so the space between the surface is more. So we have to just draw these two fields, just they are repelling each other in such manner. So let's move to the third one. So our third point is for two similar charges. Here we are taken two opposite charges. Now we are taking for two similar charges. They may be positive or may be negative. So let us take two positive charges. Now first of all we draw the electric field lines. So as we know the positive charge, so the electric field line repel each other. So for positive charge, electric field lines repel each other, moving outward direction. Now we have to draw equipotential surface for this pattern. Now see how the equipotential surface will be. Again remember the same point as I told you. Here the space is less because electric field is strong. Here the space is more because electric field is less. if someone is standing at a very far away, then according to, see, both are positive, so he will able to see only a positive charge. So at a very far distance we are may able to combine both these equipotential surfaces. So I am taking this only if we are seeing this at a very far distance. Now fourth one is very much important, and in CBSE this question has been asked: for uniform electric field line. Now how can I draw equipotential surface for uniform electric field lines? Now first of all, let us consider uniform electric field lines. If you remember, the lines which are parallel and the value of electric field is same everywhere, these lines are only termed as uniform electric field lines. So these are my uniform electric field lines. Now suppose I have to draw equipotential surface. Now remember one thing, equipotential surface are always perpendicular to the electric field. Now this is the direction of electric field. I have to take something which is perpendicular. So just consider a plane. If I am passing a plane along this direction, so these planes will be perpendicular. So this dotted plane structure, these will be the equipotential surfaces. So we can say if electric field lines are uniform, then equipotential surfaces are plane equipotential surface. Just remember this point. So equipotential surfaces are plane only when electric field lines are uniform, or sometimes it is also asked if a charge is kept at infinity. So suppose any charge is placed at a very far distance, so the electric field line will also parallel, then also we will get plane equipotential surfaces, same answer. So these were the symmetry of equipotential surfaces. So just go through this equipotential surface topic very carefully. So this will be the ending of today's lecture. So till now we have completed our potential topic completely. So in our next class we will begin a next section, complete different section. So just go through this section very carefully because it will be helpful in your coming section only. Thank you.